Hi, this is Duncan Moore, and today we're going to show you how to carve a really basic tent peg out of some green wood. So in this wood around here, you know, using only what you need and working on that ethos, we have a lot of holly in here which really needs thinning out. So we're in the process of thinning the holly out at the moment. So rather than ruin any of the other tree species, I'm going to use a little bit of holly to show you this as a tent peg. It's a very hard wood, good for many things, but the main thing you want here is you want it to be green. Yeah, it's going to be a lot easier to carve when it's green. So the actual process, what we're going to do is we're going to either chisel or point. Normally over here I just do a chisel end, but we go from do a point. So we're going to have a point on one end. We're going to put in a little ridge cut just to allow for a guy line, and then we're just going to chamfer off the opposite end to the point. The reason we're going to chamfer that off is that when you're batting it in with a hammer, it's not going to create any splitting down here. You're taking away them edge, the loose fibres around the edge, they're not getting the impact off the mallet, and you're only hitting the harder stuff in there, so you're not going to get all the sort of fibres splaying away. So it just makes things a lot stronger. Anything you're going to give a whack to, it's always worth chamfering up the end. So yeah, so I have my first aid kit available here. I've got a pair of gloves in case I need them, but should be okay for this. And so I'm sitting here and I've got my, if I need a hard surface to work on there. Also, before I forget, so you're working with knives. So again, you've got to remember, as we spoke about in some of the other videos, the blood triangle, yeah? In here is all your major arteries, like hose pipes. So you're not going to get the knife anywhere near this area, okay? Everything's either going to be out over here or off to the side, yeah? You want to avoid your blood triangle. So what we'll do, we'll start by just chamfering up that end with a thumb cut. Don't need to take loads off here, it's literally just to stop it splitting when you're banging it in. Just tighten it up a bit. Right, so now we're going to go in. And remember, just take off small pieces at a time. Holly's a bit harder than some of the other woods, but not that hard when it's green. So what we're doing there, we're just taking off 3 sides and into a point. So if it's a thicker tent peg, sometimes, you know, time's against you, you can just quickly chisel it. It depends on the ground you're working on below. And of course everything does depend on the ground, so you're not necessarily going to need a super sharp point, you just need something that's going to break the ground. The ground over here is very soft, so we can quite easily just tidy it up a little bit, quite easily get that into the ground now. Tidy them edges up. So there we have our pointed end and our chamfered end, what we're going to bang in. So now we need to cut in a notch just to allow some purchase for a guy line. So what we're going to do there is we're going to just put it down onto our hard surface and just rock back and forth with your knife. What you're going to be doing there is you're cutting against the grain here. So so it's harder. So knives ain't designed to cut against the grain, that's more of a saw's job. So you're going to have to do it small pieces at a time, and then we just go up to a stop cut. That's a stop cut. So we take a little bit off, just getting progressively deeper towards the stop cut, and then just come down, rock it again, rock the knife again. Just down to the stop cut again. Doesn't have to be too deep, all it's got to do is get your guy line. So if you're using a standard paracord size, you know, just use your common sense on how much you're going to need there to grip the paracord. So just remember everything we're doing here as well. I've purposely set this to the side, so I'm working away from my body and I'm outside my blood triangle area. There we go. Once we're finished with the knife, make sure you put it back safely in its cover. And there we have a very simple tent peg. So you're never going to get caught out when you're out and about. So it's a chamfered end, a notch for your guy line, and a point there to bang into the ground. And there we have it.